Hello and welcome to another Final Fantasy X video of maxing your stats. This is part 5, and today on this video I'm going to be showing you how to obtain some spears. These spears are going to boost your stats up. These are what's going to get you to 255. By the time at the end of this video, and by the time that you finish doing this, all your 90% of your stats ought to be at 255. So I'm going to take you through each one of these, and I'm going to show you what you have to do to get them, including all the fights. Now the first one we're going to work on, the first status you're going to work on is your strength. These aren't very hard to get, and if you've been running around the sphere grid, your strength should be pretty close to 200 anyway. But these are going to take you up there and get you to 255, which anything you hit now will be hitting for 99,000 hit points. So to get these, you're going to go to Species Conquest, and you're going to fight the Juggernaut. Oh great, I got ambushed. So his first attack is he'll use an attack called Charging. That's to get him ready for his second attack, which will be a fire-based attack. So what you want to do is use one of your characters to use No Blaze. What this will do is if he does come around and use that attack, it'll do no damage to you. You'll walk away from it just fine. So after you've got No Blaze up, what you're going to want to do is have all your characters go to skills and then use quick attack or quick hit. And that's pretty much it. You just keep doing this. Now you probably won't be hitting for 99,000 just yet. Even if you're only hitting for 30, 40,000, you should be able to beat this guy with no problem. It'll take a little bit longer, but the more these strength spears you put in, you'll kill this guy a lot faster. And that's it. Now for overkill, you'll get 2 spheres. And for a single, where you're just killing normally, you'll only get 1. Once you get your spheres, all you want to do is, like I showed you on a previous video, is you're going to have to go and look for these nodes. This is how I usually do it. I find these ones that have the strength +1. And what I'll do is I'll go to those. If I can figure out how this thing works. There we go. So I'm going to move over here and I'm going to use those clear spears that I bought earlier. And I'm going to clear that node. So I take that one away and I'm going to put one in its place, but this one's a +4, which means I just raised my strength by 3. Use a power sphere to activate it. And then you still got another one to use. Now you can either go and find an empty node, or you can continue to clear these +1s. In this case, I'm just going to do an empty one. And this will give me a +4 ability, or a +4 strength. So all you got to do is just keep going back and fighting this guy, getting these spears, and start filling in those blank nodes. Then you'll be at 255 in no time. Once you get to 255, we're going to move on to our next status that we're going to raise, which is going to be defense. Now, in order to get these defense spheres, the fights are very similar to the one you just did. It's not really too hard. At this point, you should be at 255 on your strength and hitting for 99,000. The monster you're looking for is going to be on the second page. It's Tank It. Oh, I'm on a roll with this ambush today. I'm just going to let him hit me. I've already got some of my defense up. If your defense is not high and he hits you, he might kill you. Which, if you got auto phoenix, it should be no problem. Now the first thing you want to do with this guy is you want to use armor break on him. And after you do that, just do the same thing you did to the last mob. Use your quick hits until he's dead. He should go down a little bit faster than the last guy. There you go. Now all you gotta do is repeat the process. Run around, start filling the empty nodes with the defense until your defense gets up to 255. And that'll knock out 2 of them. Once you get to 255 defense, we'll move on to the next one. And that's gonna be your evasion. Now I do these in a certain order for a reason. The evasion, this fight can be a little tricky, mainly because the monster you're gonna fight is gonna be a flying a bird, and even through the storyline, you know how hard it is sometimes to hit these things. But I'm gonna show you a little trick on how you can do this. What you want to do is have one of your characters, you want to have them use the aim ability. Now if you haven't got it, you can use your teleport spears. If you don't have any of these skills, use a teleport spear to go find it and try to get all your characters with it. So I'm going to have Aaron use the aim. Now what this is going to do, that's going to boost up my party's accuracy. Now you still might have a hard time hitting this thing. The good news is you've only got to tag him twice. You get 2 hits on him, he'll go down. But you'd be amazed how hard it is to hit this guy with that accuracy. Now, if what I would suggest doing is alternating between this monster and the next one we're going to fight, which is going to be a hornet, and what he's going to drop are these accuracy spears. Now, accuracy, when you get it high enough, you know, you won't have no problem hitting these flying monsters at all. And plus, the next monster after this, you're going to need a lot of accuracy to do it. The one you want to fight is the hornet. Like I said, you're going to do this pretty much the same way. Have Orin cast aim. That's going to raise your party's accuracy. And just have your other 2 characters start swinging on him. Now he's not going to go down in just 2 hits. It's going to take a bit. So just keep repeating the process. The moment you get these spears, activate them and start getting the accuracy up. Like I said, I usually jump between monsters. I'll fight this one and then I'll go back and fight the other one for the evasion, and just kind of go back and forth. Okay, now once you've done this, you want to get your evasion and your accuracy up to 255. Once you do that, we're going to take on the next monster. Now this guy here, if you don't have your accuracy up, you're not going to be able to hit him really, and it's going to be a real aggravating fight for you. We're going to try to get these agility spears, and this fight can be pretty tricky if you don't have that accuracy. You know, that's really the main thing here. But if you get it at 255, this fight shouldn't be too hard at all. Now I'm going to show you a little secret I used early on to fight this guy, and this is before I discovered about the accuracy problem I was having. I took Yuna, and the first thing I do is 2 of my characters that don't have the ribbon ability, I put that curative bracers that we used to go into the Omega Dungeon in a previous video. I use that armor because this monster can cause confusion, and confusion is something you don't want to have right now. Now with the another thing I sometimes do is I'll put all my characters on ally, which will charge their overdrive bar every time it's their turn. Now you can use the entrust, which is an ability Aaron has, and you can give other players overdrive gauges to Yuna. Now once Uni's overdrive gets full, you can I'm going to show you what we can do after you get our overdrive full. You can pretty much beat this guy with one swing from Anima. So I'm going to go into Grand Summon, choose Anima. At this point I haven't laid a finger on this monster. Once you get him up, use Oblivion. And this should not only kill him, but it should do an overkill, which means you'll get 2 spheres. So every time Yuna's overdrive charges, I would suggest using that. It's a pretty fast way of killing this guy. So I'm going to fight him again, and this time without her overdrive. And luckily I get a preemptive attack. That's pretty cool. I haven't had that luck so far. So basically with this guy, all you want to do is start swinging on him. Like I said, if your accuracy is up, you should have no problem hitting him. But he probably will get one shot at you before you kill him. And like I said, he'll use a chaos attack, which can cause confusion on a character if he does not have anything to protect. I love Oran's counter attack. And there you go. Pretty simple. So kill a bunch of these guys, get some of those agility spears, get your agility up to 255, and we'll go on to the next one. Alright, so you're probably wondering, well, what we're going to do next, and that's going to be a pretty simple one. We're going to do these magic defense spheres. Now, at this point, you should already have about 99 of these if you've been following my videos. Earlier we fought a monster for our AP weapons, the One Eye, and I'm sure you probably remember that. Now, as you was fighting One Eye, he should have been dropping your magic defense spheres. I know that at one point I checked, I had about 99 of them after I fought him. But if you haven't done that, or if you've gotten rid of them or whatever, all you got to do is, get on here, and he should be really easy to beat. A couple hits and he goes down. The cool thing is now that if you start dropping the AP weapons again, you can just turn around and sell them for 67,000. So you get them. Whoop! I got a couple dark matters. You get dark matter, don't get too down, because you're actually going to be wanting to farm those anyway. It takes 99 of those and you get the ribbon ability. Which is a pretty neat ability to have, because you won't get it until you start fighting Dark Aeons later on in the game. They'll drop armor with the ribbon ability on it, so any dark matters you can get now would really be helpful. So that's pretty much it for the magic defense. And you want to do basically the same thing, run around there and get that boosted up to 255. The next one I'm going to do is the MP spheres. This is a really simple one to get. Basically this monster here, all you have to hit him is one time. Monster, this is the guy you're looking for. And man, oh man, I'm setting a record for being ambushed today. But it ain't no problem, because I've got Aaron, and his weapon's got first strike, so I should be able to pop this guy with no problem. Yeah, and he goes down. And that's pretty much that. Those are pretty easy to get. And as you notice, we're also getting armor and weapons. You can sell those as you go, make some money. So far we've showed you exactly what you need to do. At the end of this, you should have about 90% of your stuff, your stats maxed out. I'm going to show you the hit point spheres. I've said before, and I've said it a lot, but I don't use these too much, but I'm going to show you this fight anyway. And if you're wanting to get these to break hit point limit here, this fight's pretty long. This guy's got a lot of hit points. I've tried using, I haven't used Waka's abilities on him yet, or Titus's limit, his stuff, but I don't think it's gonna matter. It's just gonna be a long fight. This is one of the many reasons I don't do this. I've got this going at twice the speed, and you can see about how long it's going to take. He's not hard. He's not real hard to beat. He just, he counterattacks every time you hit him. And if your agility's high and you've got auto protect on, he's not really going to hurt you bad. All right, finally beat him. And that's what you get: 2 hit point spares. Alright, so I think, did we get everything? I believe so. Now at this point, the only stats that you need to probably level is going to be your magic and your luck. Now to show you how to get these, I'm going to make, if you get luck spheres, you're also going to have to farm fortune spheres to activate the luck nodes. And those fights, all 3 of those fights take a while, so I'm going to make separate videos for them. And that's going to be my last 3 videos of this series. So stay tuned, and in a little bit I'll be making some videos on how to get these 3 last items. Until then, I'll see you, and thank you for watching.